Greetings, Virgo. Thanks for joining me for your reading for this full moon in Leo. It's the 16th today here, and it is the full moon tonight. Of course, it reverberates out both sides, and it looked pretty amazing last night, so let's get into it. We're doing an empowerment read, this 9-card spread. It's like I know I repeat myself sometimes, but you are entering a whole new cycle here. At this current time, it is looking to be, and remember these readings are just incredibly general, so if they resonate, that's fabulous. If they don't, there's many other good readers on many platforms. So, anywho, look, you're coming out on top here at this current time. You're really on form. We have the card of winning, the card of recognition, actually. You've been recognized for your value, for your worth. Not that we always need to be recognized by others for that, but it's certainly you're waving that winning ticket at the moment. It's a wonderful thing, Virgo. We've got this need to be pretty clear cut about what you want at the moment, what you need, clearing out the shit, you could say, for want of a better term. General sort of energies around you at the moment. We've got the King of Swords. I would say a pretty clear cut, as I said. This is for a reason, though. It's because you are sort of moving into a new phase, but it's also because you want to be able to utilize some gifts, some things coming to you. Because as we see here with what is in effect a victory card, we have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups, you're really feeling that. It's a beautiful gift. It is obviously a cup centered around your emotional health, your emotional wealth. So it's pretty beautiful. The past challenges here, Virgo. We have another ace. We've got the Ace of Wands. As a challenge, how can we be, how are we feeling vital? How can we bring more vitality into our lives? How can we sort of express our creativity? It seems that this has been a challenge maybe recently for you, for some people out there, and possibly approaching this in a different way than what you have in the past. We've got the Five of Swords in the central point here, which is the present. There's a level of mistrust in the five. Fives can be, all the fives are really about understanding ways of how our behaviours impact, I guess, our lives, how we do what we do. This is sort of, in some ways, it is the backdoor man, this person comes in to take the swords from the dead on the battlefield. There is a sneaky quality about this card, whatever that means for you. I always look at it as being aspects of oneself. We all have those. We all have certain behaviours that maybe are a little bit, we're not overly conscious of, or maybe we are, but we find it difficult to change those things. Certainly you're entering the future at this point with a pretty open mind, with a learner's mind. There's some lesson here that you've learnt, I do see, or at least a different way of doing something. into the future here, we've got the Page of Wands. Now, this is a really experimental character. We're starting out, I think, here with some new ways of utilizing this particular ace gift here. We're doing it in a new way. We're doing it with a young mind, with an exploratory mind. We're not afraid to take risks, Virgo. So it's pretty amazing. Options and advice. Options and advice would be the Four of Cups. We often get in the habit, maybe, of not seeing clearly what is on offer to us. The Four of Cups suggests that we are actually shifting our perspectives here, which is a wonderful thing. And probably a directive here too. Keep being able to be flexible with that. What you need to cultivate? Well, we have the World. Beginning of a new cycle. You're in it already. Keep going with it. Keep going, keep going. And as we near the end, I will clarify these cards. We get the Nine of Swords, a card of worry. Every new journey, process, project, whatever, can initiate some fears, of course, some worry, of course. I guess the key to empowerment here for you is not to let this, what I see as a card of catastrophic thinking, unnecessary worry. Don't let that put you off. Keep on this track because you're in it. You're in it already. So it's quite lovely, Virgo. Let's just clarify. Actually, I'm going to use the Thoth deck. We'll just clarify a few things here. So, you're in a really good position at the moment. Things have shifted. We just get the Tower coming out. And certainly your perspective has shifted. You're infused with new information. Possibly this is bringing up things that you want to, bring into form, like in the future, that you hadn't thought of before. I mean, this is great. What do we want to look at here? So you're in a great position, Virgo, at this time. And you have that, wonderful learner's mind, actually. What are we looking at? Let's look at the Five of Swords, because it's often can be a difficult card in the present moment. Oh. Yeah, look, I think this is sort of associated with that 9. The 9 of, as this been a little hurdle to overcome for you in connection with this 9, catastrophic worry and thinking. Just ditch it. Just let it go. To clarify that, we have the 9 of Wands. Clarify that 5 of Swords, 9 of Wands, and then we have the 9 of Swords again. It couldn't be really any more clearer. Is that again the 9 of Swords, 2 9s. We're in in that little zone where there's a completion going on. So, in order to fully embrace this new portal of sorts, of a new phase, we need to understand how these present in ourselves, Virgo. The 9, this worry is just so pointless. We either act upon something at the time or otherwise it becomes a sort of self-fulfilling prophecy of constant anxiety, which we do not want and we certainly don't need. And with that, the 9 of Wands, habitual behaviours, often associated with defense and a self-sabotorial tendency or archetype. And I do think that something here prevented this taking in the past of this gift of creativity and life force, just generally in your life, like that can present itself as opportunities. But you have overcome this, and so we're starting off again with this new, fresh attitude that's not bogged down by habits from the past, Virgo, is what I'm getting here. And let's just look at this new cycle that you're moving into. Wow, yeah, this is amazing. We get the Ace of Cups yet again. This is bringing this whole process actually of overcoming a few hurdles here in terms of that central point is bringing more love into your life. And love comes, obviously, doesn't it, in many forms. It's allowing you to receive more, Virgo, which is amazing. So on that note, and we'll pull out, I just split the Brian Froud Pixie deck. We get Elb the Retriever. Something is coming back to you that you thought you'd lost. This particular card, I think, has come up in practically every reading at this full moon in Leo. And I do think, there's a rediscovery of sorts. And whatever way that plays out for a lot of people at this current time, whether that's about oneself or other people or whatever it is. But on that note, Virgo, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time around. Thank you. Take care. Bye.